Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This essay is called, So You Want to Become a University-Based Researcher? Everyone knows that the road to an academic career is a difficult and risky ride, even if you get a free ride for your PhD. In most fields, that degree ends up taking 6 or more years. Then you usually must land a 2 to 3 year postdoc. Then to get hired for a university's tenure track job, you must have brought in or at least shown real promise of bringing in serious research dollars year after year. And then you got to do it so you get tenure and maybe you become a principal investigator or even a lab director. Well, this article will share some tactics that have helped my clients do their PhD so as to maximize their chances of landing said postdoc and launching a research agenda that is fundable. First, choose a specialization before applying to graduate school. Many of my clients wanted to keep their options open, so they mainly applied to PhD programs based on its prestige or geography, but most academic researchers got their start by being mentored by a leader in a niche, and then being their research slave and writing their dissertation aligned with that professor's core interest. I feel that's unfortunate. It's kind of forcing you into that professor's path, but it's usually true and practical if you choose to be practical. So it's usually worth the time to upfront pick a specialization. To maximize chances of you having a successful academic career, do pick a specialization that when you're a professor is likely fundable. For example, I am interested in the neuroscience of cognition. My deepest interest is in the differentiators between high and average functioning brains. But we live in egalitarian times, so funding is far greater for studying subnormal functioning brains from autism to Alzheimer's. I hope I would be brave enough to focus on what I most care about, but I can't honestly swear I would. I ask only that you make this most central of decisions conscious of the implications. Once you've chosen a tentative specialization, use Web of Science as a website or Google Scholar to find researchers that are highly cited in high-impact research journals. Read a couple articles of theirs and Google their name and the word reviews. You may get a sense of what they'd be like as your advisor and mentor. Reach out to a few of those professors. Their response or non-response will give you a clue as to whether you'd like to be their advisee. If you decide to apply to a given institution, in your application's essay, mention that you're applying in part because you'd welcome the opportunity to study under Professor X because of some reason. Give it, of course. If you've gotten encouragement from said professor, mention that. All that'll boost your chance of admission. Most universities want students who are a particularly good match for their institution. If on attending you find you don't like your advisor or his or her research, change sooner than later. Your advisor can be the most important person in your academic career. Choosing courses. Yeah, many of your courses, especially in the first 2 years, will be required. Yet, if you can make a case for why course Y would benefit you more than the required course X, you often can get dispensation. Sometimes you can even wangle independent study, studying one-on-one what you want under a professor you want. In choosing electives, many students are tempted to go wide because it's fun or to avoid narrowing. Do be sure that your electives include those that would help with your future career direction. Don't let insecurity shove you into a shell. Many, if not most, grad students worry they're not smart enough and so they hide. Easier said than done, but ask even your dumb questions. Even reveal your worries as well as your hopes and dreams, at least to professors you believe you can trust as well as to your fellow students. Learn public speaking. Being a good public speaker can make the difference between underemployed PhD and well-funded principal investigator. To that end, speak up in class and offer to give talks, if only to co-curricular student groups, but especially at professional conferences, perhaps co-presenting with your advisor or other professor. Tip: reduce your talk to an index card and don't use PowerPoint. That facilitates your making the connection that is key to keeping your attendees awake, and even your being impressive enough that you get invited to apply for a postdoc or even professorship. Practice by videoing yourself and critiquing. Would you stay awake listening to you? Would you be impressed, not just with the content, but your ability to communicate it? Adapt assignments. Look for opportunities to propose an alternative assignment, for example, a paper that would be more aligned with your interests, especially with your chosen career focus. Professors will often let you do that. Seek out on-target fieldwork and internships. Many doctoral programs require fieldwork or an internship. This practical experience can be invaluable, but too often isn't. If there's a place or a person you'd like for your placement, propose it. You'll often get a yes. And if after the first meeting or two you don't like it, request a switch. Choosing focus for your written and oral doctoral examinations and dissertation. It seems obvious, yet I've seen too many graduate students in an understandable desire to be a generalist or their nervousness about committing to a specific agenda not focus their writtens, orals, and dissertation. Assuming you haven't in your first years of graduate school become disenchanted with your chosen specialization, focus your doctoral examinations and dissertation on that specialization. That'll help ensure that your dissertation is a career launcher. Network. I wish that career success were purely a function of competence, but alas, we're human. And so, especially in the fields with an oversupply of would-be academic researchers, we tend to give the nod to people we have a relationship with. So, to boost your odds of success, try to deepen relationships with key faculty, engage in inter-campus Zooms with individuals and groups, and attend in-person conferences. If you're shy, just say hi and that you like their presentation or some such. If you're lucky, the other person will pick up the ball. Don't just attend a conference, make the most of it. After sessions by would-be employers, ask a question, give earned praise, perhaps offer to have coffee together. At the meals and receptions at the conference, screw up your courage and approach such people. Show interest in them. You needn't be all sharp. Professors, even lab directors, are people too. They like earned praise and talking about something other than their RNA to protein mechanisms. And finally, have fun. I've had a number of clients who, looking back on their graduate school and postdoc years, wish they had made more time for fun. Do get together with fellow students individually and as a group. Maybe even propose a TGIF or even throw a party. It's hard to know whether I'd actually do all this stuff. But I think that if I was starting over, I would have tried to get my PhD studying the biological basis of higher order cognition or altruism, and be willing to accept a basic foundational research career in which I made just modest progress and modest income over a big bucks career, or even one in which my research had short-term practical implications. But that's just me. In listening to this or watching this, what, if anything, do you want to do that you might not have done had you not watched this? In any event, I do thank you for watching. This was called So You Want to Become a University-Based Researcher. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel, and certainly would welcome you checking out any of my 28 books. The one that just got published is called A Dose of Reality. At least equally germane is my book, How to Do Life. All the books are available on Amazon. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.